All right, guys. That was so stupid. So what happens with StreamYard every time you try to go live and then if you accidentally add another avatar yourself, or I don't even know how the fuck that happened, it freaking does not want to I can't get it off the fucking stage. So I was hearing myself while I was talking and that was super annoying. So if you guys don't come back, I get it. It'd be annoying if I'm trying to watch a stream and then the fucking live streamer doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. That shit would piss me off too. But anyway, so I know most of you guys are gonna catch the replay on this, so it really doesn't matter who's here or not. But hold on. I could have swore I put subscribers mode. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so sorry about that. So back to what I was saying. So there is a part of me that just feels bad because like I said, it must like when you're just trying to make a movie and then you got this fandom that's just tearing it apart because they want another director that used to be in the in the studio. Hold on just a second. But yeah, this week flew by. Who's the one person that's watching me? Can you comment or something, please, if you don't mind? Hold on. Dude, I'm just gonna assume that you're lurking, dude, if you don't comment. I'm not gonna lie, I like to engage with my subscribers. Marco. Marco, I see that you joined the server. I never hear you say anything though. Marco, are you excited about the Superman film? I never really hear you talk about it. I know you're kind of like one of the neutral ones. Hold on, let me share this shit on my. Maybe I should change the fucking title too. Dude, I'm telling you, my streams used to be the shit back in the day. Fucking, I don't know what the fuck happened. Somewhat in the middle about the new film. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. I noticed either people are in the middle or they're kind of I'm assuming you feel indifferent like I do. I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even call it the middle. It's more of an indifference type of feeling, and it's underwhelming too. But that I mean I'm not afraid to admit that that's a part of my inner bias either too. I know it might be hard for some people to admit that, but being into a different universe makes it really hard for me to look forward to this universe. Anyways, so I know I said that people will catch a replay, but I'm gonna wait for at least 3 more people. It's Friday. People are fucking still working, still slaving for the man. I get it. I think I hear some people coming here saying, hold on, saying, oh, I like to listen to this when I'm at work. And I'm like, damn. I'm also at work. What do you do, Ralph, if you don't mind me asking? Also, considering Peacemaker is going to be in the new DCU, it kind of defeats the purpose of a hard reboot. Yeah, see, that's thank you, Marco. Looks like someone actually uses their fucking head with some of this stuff. I thought the same thing too. I'm like, if this is supposed to be a reboot, why the fuck do we have some of these lingering characters from the prior universe? I cook at a retirement home. That's what's up, Ralph. That's what's up, dude. I bet you'd be making some good ass fucking food too. Sounds like you make good money too. You know, if I worked in a retirement home, that's as far as I'll go as cooking. I ain't wiping no one's ass, I'll tell you that. I did that for a good amount of years. And grown up ass versus baby ass is not the same thing. What the fuck? Who's this creature in my backyard? Oh, you got 6 people up in here. That's what's up. Okay, so hold on, let me kill this fucking. I forgot what they're called. Come on, Link, you piece of shit. Dude, you know what I hate about the new Tears of the Kingdom game? Well, it's not new, it's kind of old. But I mean, no, not really. It came out in 23. That's still relatively new, right? Anyways, but like it takes fucking forever for me to like go through the stuff to attach it to my bow, and it's so annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why I find it so annoying. Okay, where'd you go? Oh, you piece of fucking shit, dude. I can't stand these freaking vocal goblins. The ones with the hold on. The stupid Boko goblins that come out of nowhere from the ground, the zombie Boko goblins, I freaking hate them. Hold on. Especially when I'm just chilling or I'm hunting, I'm looking like for food, they just come out of nowhere to fuck with me. Dude, where the hell is my food? There we go. Hold on. I make pretty solid money. There's no way in hell I'm wiping ass or cleaning toilets. I couldn't handle it. Cleaning toilets? That's so funny. I mean, for me to clean toilets, you're gonna have to give me at least fucking like $30 an hour, dude. I ain't doing that shit. Not if like you. I was about to say some real superficial, self-absorbed shit, but yeah, I'm not about to do that shit for no damn fucking $15 an hour. But yeah, I believe you because I knew that my uncle used to cook back in the day. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, dude. He's pissing me off. And there's another blood moon. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh my god. Speaking of games, I recorded my first playthrough of Gotham Knights with my friends, and once I found out about the story requirements, I felt I wasted $60. Might post it on my channel. Oh, you're still making videos, Marco? I never get any notifications or anything for your videos. What's up, Joshy Washi? You know what's funny, Josh? I'm not trying to sound sentimental, but I just want you to know that I love you because you've been loyal as fuck and you've been here since day one. You too, Ralph. Don't think I don't notice this, guys. I do. Anyways, but yeah. What's the minimum wage in North Carolina, Ralph? I'm just curious. I'll get into the what I was talking about. I'll get into the James Gunn and Zack Snyder shit in a minute after I get more people in here. Dude, this freaking wizard, this stupid little piece of shit fucking wizard is fucking pissed. And here comes a polka dot. I'm about to fuck them up with this sword. Fucking piece of shit. And I'm about to get this wizard again. Oh, got you, bitch. Alright, time to upgrade my powers. What about you? Sound like you're playing Zelda. Yeah, I am. I'm just waiting for a few more people to get in here so I could start you know. Yeah, I'm ready for another Zelda game. I'm so like, look at to be honest with you guys, like I've been thinking about doing. Hold on, let this damn blood moon fucking pass and do its thing. So annoying, dude. I hate the blood moon. The only good thing about the blood moon is that everything the arrows and all the stuff recops. But other than that, fucking blood moon's annoying as fuck. Thank you, Bal. I think a minimum wage is 10 to 12. Damn, dude. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Skip. I don't feel like hearing this shit. I'll tell you the minimum wage here right now. The fucking minimum wage here in Washington State is $16.66. The cost of living is through the fucking roof. A 1-bedroom apartment at minimum here, even in the shitty part of the city of where I live at, is $1,100. I actually pay a little bit more than that on what I have now, but that's just the shitty part of it. And it sucks because it's like, I'm a veteran, and you know, gratefully and fortunately, the grace of God, I don't necessarily have to work if I don't want to. So that's what I kind of been doing. I kind of just been chilling. But even with that, it's like we gotta budget over here, dude. And to be honest with you, I hate budgeting. It's just the cost of living out here fucking sucks, especially on a fixed income. So like, that's why I'm getting ready to move back east. Not exactly where you're at, Rel, but my daughters, they're out there in that area too, Rel, where you're at. I want to be closer to them. So like, I figured Tennessee is like the best option for me. And I used to live in Tennessee back in 2010 and 11 during the trap house music era, dude. You guys remember that? Remember the trap music during that era? I lived out there in Tennessee, and I just loved it. I love the weather. I love the cost of living. I like the people. Like, I don't know. I remember living there. I used to hate it, but now that I look back, it's like, actually, no, I didn't hate it. I used to love it. I used to fucking run outside in the freaking 90-degree weather in the humidity. Like, it was great. It's lovely. I miss it. But yeah, that's the goal for me and my husband. We're trying to move back east. Because don't get it wrong, like, Washington's nice. It looks pretty out here, but it's too fucking expensive. And like, even working the minimum wage here should say enough. Like, think about it. Like, 1666 is the fucking. Don't get me started on why they chose those fucking numbers, but 1666 for like, what the fuck, you know? That's just wild. So yeah, guys. Let me pause this real quick. Oh, I was saying something about this game and I forgot the fuck I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I want a different. This fucking game, dude. Like, I got bored with it really fucking easy. Like, I think right now I'm up to how many fucking how many hearts do I have? I'm up to 24 hearts right now. I have 24 hearts, and I beat all the quote unquote dungeons, but they're really temples in Tears of the Kingdom. I beat all the fucking temples already. Um, I fought my first Lionel already. I did all that, and I still haven't got to fight what's his name, Ganondorf. I want to wait till I get to at least 35 hearts before I even go around and fuck with him down in the depths. But I'm in the East too. It's cheap, but I think you need to be making 4,500 to 60 a year to be living comfortably. Yeah, with what I get, I would be living comfortably over there. So, yeah, that's the goal. It's really, I don't know, and I'm a person, and I like the heat. I'm not a fan of the cold. I don't really care for the cold. Like, the cold is for fucking, like, you know, for certain types of people, and I'm just not that person. I just my husband too. My husband loves the fucking heat. We both love the heat. The cold makes me depressed and sad, and like, it's just like, why the fuck is it cold when it doesn't need to be? Like, here, I'll show you how it looks out here right now. Look at this shit. There's a couple of you guys that watch me that are from where I'm at too. Look. That's how it looks outside right now. Yep, that's Washington. And it's June, you know? So, Droga. Australia is fucking expensive too. I heard somebody complaining about Australia. I forgot who it was. I think it might have been a YouTuber I watch. But they were talking about how fucking ridiculously expensive it is over there in the down under. That's the depressing British weather, lol. Yeah, I guess some research on why the price is over here, and according to what fucking Google says, is because of the Cascade Mountains. And I'm over here pretty much. I'm pretty much here over here, the like fucking at the ass of fucking Canada too, you know. So like, Canada is literally like, I think, what, 3 hours away from me. Anyways, but yeah, what the fuck? Anyways, but yeah, fucking what was I saying? So yeah, all this, like, dude, I feel like this fucking Snyder ball is gonna be rolling like for the next fucking 5 years, guys. Cause like, honestly, and I'm saying this as a Snyder fan. I fucking love Zack Snyder. I love the movies. I love the universe. And I've explained this before. I'm not even a hardcore Snyder fan like that. I notice when I comment stuff about the Superman movie, one of the first things people would fucking say to me is, "Oh, you're a Snyder cultist," and I don't even mention Snyder. I don't even have to mention him. I'll say something like, "Oh, this fucking Superman is fucking awkward," or some bullshit like that, and then says the Snyder cultist, you know, and it's like, what? Like, I hear non-Snyder fans complaining about this fucking movie. Like, why the fuck, like, are you, like, defaulting to that immediately? You know what I mean? Like, that shit is just wild. Like, just because you don't like the Superman, you're automatically a fucking Snyder cultist. That needs to be stopped. So if you guys see that shit, make sure you put a stop to it, because that's such a fucking, that is so fucking stupid in my opinion. But anyway, so it's funny because, okay, back in 2021, it's like, oh yes, we got the Snyder cut, whatever, blah blah blah, everyone is happy. Some of us were a little underwhelmed, you know, because we didn't really, you know, get the stuff that we really thought we were gonna get, especially finding out about that fucking Green Lantern scene. Like, what the fuck, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me that you were gonna have Green Lantern in there, and then they told you, nope, sorry, no, you can't have him, you can't, because we're gonna use him for something else. I heard it had to do with some Jeff Johns shit, but that, honestly, that's not surprising because he fucking writes a lot of Green Lantern bullshit, so it kind of makes sense. But anyways, so they stopped that, and then I started hearing more and more and did some more digging, and then come to find out, you know, we were eventually supposed to get Reverse Flash, and then, you know, the Nightmare timeline and all that stuff. It was a very grand story, right, compared to what we have now. So some of us were like, okay, fine, it didn't happen. That's cool. At least we got the Snyderverse. But I mean, at least we got the Snyder cut. But what happened after that? Of course, a big chunk of us wanting the universe to continue, right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And then they pretty much fell apart on their own with bringing, what do they call it? What do you guys call it? The Hamadaverse? So the Hamadaverse comes in, right, and pretty much just destroys everything with this fucking whatever the fuck they were trying to do. Guys, the first Shazam movie I like. It's not my favorite fucking movie, I'll tell you that, but it's a neat movie. It has a good balance of you know, whatever you want to call it, seriousness and the grab assness. It has a good balance of that, and it's a kids movie. And I did kind of resonate with Shazam in a way because I grew up in the system. I'm a child of foster care, so like there was a lot of stuff that I could relate to. Like I know how it was to be Billy Batson in a way, basically. But so that happens, and then they come out with this fucking shitty ass fucking Shazam sequel, which I personally did not fucking like, but whatever. That was a waste of fucking money, in my opinion. And then they try to do their thing with Black Adam, and then that's when they really fucked it up by bringing in Superman in the end, having us think like, oh shit, there is hope, you know? So in a way, like the fucking, I'm not saying that the studio owes their fans anything. In reality, no, they do not owe us anything. But if they want the fandom to want these movies, and if they want people to spend money on their movies, in a way, they do have to cater to the fandom. So they did that, right? And like everybody was like, hell yeah, you know, like fuck yeah, that means Henry Cavill's coming back. And then they're like, nope, sorry, our mistake. We couldn't pay Henry Cavill enough money because he's got greedy and thinks he's worth more, which he is. That's just my theory. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I think Henry Cavill, it had a lot to do with money, because I feel like Henry Cavill probably at some point felt like he had a high price tag, because, you know, he put in some time in the DC universe, even though the movies took, especially the Zack Snyder's Justice League, even though that movie took forever to come out, to release, he still put his time in it. So that shit happens, right? So I feel like it kind of simmered down with the fandom. And then boom, here comes fucking James Gunn and his posse, right? His posse of fucking gunners, whatever you want to call them. And then now, you know, here comes the fandom split, starting to get more split. And then now here's this time in this era, the James Gunn era. That's what I like to call it. And it just sucks. It fucking sucks. It really shows you like it. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about outside of the internet, because I feel like the internet and real like world reality are two different places. It's almost like the internet in a way is kind of like the Matrix. It's a matrix of itself, a matrix of fucking bullshit, which we're in right now. And we're all plugged into it in a sense. So in the internet streets, you really see what the fandom is. I went on Reddit yesterday and I found a Reddit thread about the Superman clip. And believe it or not, guys, like I don't know if it's because I don't know how real Reddit is, but I always turn to Reddit for a lot of stuff because I feel like a lot of people share random experiences on there. But I found a thread on the clip, and believe it or not, 99% of those people in that thread like the clip. They are like oozing and Googling over this fucking clip. And I just couldn't believe it. I was reading these comments, and then they're like, oh, this looks so good. July 11th can't come any sooner. And I was like, what? Like, are these gun bots? Like, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me thought that. Like, are these like anti like Snyder bots? And see, I'm doing the same shit they be doing to me when I say I don't like the Superman. Look at me thinking that it's fucking gun bots because they like it. But yeah, I saw a lot of that on Reddit, and I was just like surprised. I was like, oh shit, so some people actually do want to watch this. I doubt that it's fucking James Gunn making 20,000 burners fucking oozing over his whole fucking movie. The problem was they were trying to please too many people. Yeah, that's always going to be the problem. So that's why I say this. That's why I'm like, dude, just fucking... I think they just should just stop with DC, period. If they're not going to restore the Snyderverse, just stop, because you guys are not going to ever get that money you're chasing. And who knows? July 11th, I might delete this stream. I don't know, but I doubt it. I don't fucking think that. My husband last night, you know what my husband said, and I'm not like knocking him or anything, but I was actually surprised. He thinks that the movie's gonna actually do good financially wise, and I'm like, what? 800 mil? Like that's on the high scale, dude. If this movie gets 800 mil, I will be beyond surprised. And I'm not saying because it's a fucking Superman James Gunn movie. It's because it's a DC movie, period. Anything that's not what it was before. It's like one of those things, like we should know better by now. Like the fucking, I guess you want to call them general audience. I mean, in general, I think in general, like they just don't, like, nothing in DC will ever be appealing unless it's, you know, what I said is it should be. Because I feel like they did have more of a, what's that word I'm looking for? It's kind of like a streak. They were on a roll. They were on a streak. It's like one of those things like you know, where you just, the momentum was at its, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you guys get what I'm saying? Like the ticket sales were showing it. Even Suicide Squad fucking made a lot of money. I'm not talking about James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I'm talking about David Ayer's. And then that movie wasn't that good, guys. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I liked it. I still enjoyed it. And I can tell whatever real version he was trying to put out would be 20 times better. But it still didn't, you know, it wasn't that great of a story, you know, because he was forced to change things, blah, blah, blah. But what happened? It still made a good amount of money. So, you know, it would have naturally, if they would have kept going, they would have got the money they wanted eventually. But what I'm trying to say is that they no longer have that. They should have took advantage of that. And it's like one of those once in a lifetime things. You know what I mean? It's either now or never type shit, you know, and they fucked it up. 800, considering no Superman has made that much, I would be shocked. I mean, Batman v Superman made that much, even though it was half Batman. But yeah, Ralph, I agree. That's what I told him. I was like, 800 million. That's a high aim. You know what I mean? It really is. Like, I told him this. I would be surprised, and this has nothing to do with my bias or anything. This just has to do with the studio itself and the reputation of the studio, and how much money the studio makes off its DC films since post Snyderverse. 660. I would be surprised if they make 660. I really would be surprised. I imagine in my mind that they're gonna make about between 5 to 650. Let's say 640. I say around 640 mil that's my prediction for how much you're gonna get. And if they get more than that, then fine, whatever. That'll be good for them, I guess. But I don't think 800 mil, dude. That's a high. That's like BVS money. But hey, the narrative has changed, right? Remember, they said, "Oh, Batman v Superman should have made $1 billion." Okay, well, with that logic, you got Supergirl in this movie too. Supposedly, according to leaks and all this shit, you got way more characters than just Batman. With that logic, then this movie should make a fucking $1 billion, right? Yeah, it's not. Sorry, guys, it's not gonna make $1 billion. It just isn't. I don't see it, and it's just because of the fucking studio. It has nothing to do with James Gunn. I said this before. I don't think James Gunn is a bad director. I just don't like his style. I don't know what it is. What people like about why they think James Gunn is like super superior, because his writing, the lines, and it's all basic shit. It's all just slapstick, basic, trying to be funny, whatever. There's nothing phenomenal about, or like nothing deep about James Gunn. But doesn't make him bad. It just doesn't make it to, for me at least, when my opinion of him, I just don't really care for that. I like one movie by James Gunn, and that's Super Dwight from The Office, and Aerosmith's daughter, what's her name, Liv Tyler, and there's another guy in there, I forgot his name, but that's like the only movie I like from James Gunn. Like his movie that he directed and wrote, that's the movie. But yeah, it's just funny when I see, and I'm not knocking them, and that's how they feel, fine, whatever. But seeing comments like, "Oh, this is Superman, James Gunn knows Superman," it's just like, what the fuck? Where are you guys getting this from? You know what I mean? But yeah, it does have competition. You got Jurassic Park. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, Kevin Bacon was in that. I fucking love me some Kevin Bacon, dude. I wanted Kevin Bacon to be fucking Reverse Flash, dude. I don't know what it is. Look at hot take, but there's something about Kevin Bacon. I don't know what it is, man. Especially now, Kevin Bacon looks very handsome at his age now. Like anything, like the way he looked in Tremors was. I fucking love Tremors too. But hot take, Kevin Bacon's better looking now than he was when he was younger. I don't know. And not all celebrities, to me, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of celebrities don't look that great when they age. And like a lot of people like to say, oh, Brad Pitt still looks good. Nah, I think Brad Pitt looked his best when he was in his late 30s, early 40s. Like when he did that Friends episode, and I think it was like 99, I think he was 40 years old. That's when he looked his best. He looks okay now, but I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Kevin Bacon looks better than he does. What's up, RJ? I still think Superman will probably make around 650 to 8 million. It'll probably be on par with Batman and how that did back in 2022. I'll be shocked if it made $1 billion, but this has been a weird year. 650 to 8 mil is a big fucking window, RJ. But if that's how you feel, that's fine. I don't know if you were listening in, but I actually think I would be surprised if it crosses the 650. I would be surprised, honestly. Everything is so expensive now. People are cheap, you know. Uh let me check the demographics, because I know all kinds of people go to the movie theater, but I feel like regular people more or less go to the movie theater, not people that have hella money, not people like Zack Snyder that have a fucking damn theater in their house. But I imagine like middle class and below go to the movie theaters, and we're cheap. I'm cheap. Like my husband, he's a big time movie theater guy too. I mean, when we first met, all we really did was go to the movie theaters. We went to go watch the Batman in IMAX together. The movie tickets here, let me tell you, in Washington State, let's see, Fandango. Let me tell you. Thank you for coming by, RJ. I appreciate it. Kate Blanchett looks better with age also. Dude, Kate Blanchett is fine as fuck. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about her. The way she looked in Ragnarok, I was like, damn, dude. Kate Blanchett, when she was younger, she was okay, but because she has like a type of face, she has a very unique type of beauty. Like technically speaking, her beauty, like her face doesn't, conform to the beauty standard of today, but there's something about her too. And that's how I feel about Rosen Brosnan. What's her name? The one that's playing Lois. I don't think she's ugly, guys. I know some of y'all might be thinking, like, I think Belle thinks she's ugly. No, it's not that. I don't think she's ugly. She just looks dry as fuck to me. She looks dry, but that could be because she's like super white. And like, no offense to white people, but like if you don't drink any water, you guys will look dry as fuck. And that's how she looks to me. But what I like about her, she has classic beauty. And I got curious about her because I was telling my husband, I was like, it's not that she's ugly. It's just she has a specific look to her. She looks like she's from the 1930s. Like if they would have did a time, what do you call it? A period piece of Superman, like back in the 30s, which I know they wouldn't do it now because everybody wants a modern Superman, right? But let's say they did a time, a period piece of Superman. She would make a perfect 1930s Lois, guys. Perfect, because that's the time she looks like she's from. But anyways, I got curious, so I went to go look at the prior movies that she was in, and she actually gets casted in a lot of period pieces, in a lot of like 1930 and 40 films, which makes sense because she has that type of beauty. She looks basic, like a suburban mom you would see shopping at Whole Foods. Yeah, she's not ugly at all. She's just not doing it for me. She's just, she's in the wrong movie. Sure, she makes a good Lois, but for a different time. Watching the Batman on IMAX was great. Watching it at home, the movie feels boring. Nothing compared to the movie experience. Yeah, and in general, I feel like theaters are kind of like, I mean, I'm not like, I'm not like deep into the theater game like some of these YouTubers are. Like I'm not no John Campea, but it seems like in the future, I feel like theaters will come to a point where they would be like not obsolete, but not a big deal anymore. Like, because even now, most people, I see online, like they're like, oh, I'll just wait for it to get on HBO Max, or oh, I'll just wait till I'll catch a matinee, because the matinee is like what, fucking 25% cheaper than the night ticket, I guess. Oh, back to Fandango. Okay, so I never use my veteran discount. I should start taking advantage of that, because we always buy our tickets online, and if I wanted to get a veteran discount, I had to go buy it at the window. So let's see, AMC standard over here in Washington State. Let's check out the F1 movie. For $9.50 tonight, one ticket will be. Damn, that movie's filling up. $16.26 for an adult ticket, which isn't terrible. I mean, if to a lot of people that might be terrible, but for me, like, I honestly don't think that's terrible. It's not that bad. I was watching was it Seinfeld or something, and they were talking about how the tickets were $7.50. Oh no, Scream! I was watching Scream 2 in the beginning with Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps in the scene before they get killed. They were standing in line, and then he's all talking about $7.50 for the tickets. I was like, $7.50? I was like, damn, man, I wish it was 1998 again. Of course, I barely went to the movies in 98 because I was a fucking child, but still. $7.50? Are you fucking serious? It's just funny that oh, I'm sorry. Hot take, the show The Penguin was better than the movie Batman. Some people feel that way, dude. It's kind of like how I feel about Better Call Saul. Like, hot take, but I think Better Call Saul is better than a Breaking Bad. But I like both of them though. It's just funny that everyone clutched their pearls over Batman Part 2 possibly being canceled when half of the internet was trashing that movie. Although people switch up on it, up to hate on Gunn. I haven't seen any of that, but I see what you're saying. Like, it doesn't surprise me that there's people like that. I mean, I low-key see people that hated the Snyderverse talk about how much they hate the Gunverse. So, like, it's not surprising. But, like, with the Batman film, guys, I'll be honest with you guys. You know what? As a matter of fact, I should rewatch it tonight with my husband. But I only seen that movie twice. No, 3 times. I watched it once in IMAX and again in regular theater, and then once at home since 2022. And it's just, you know, it's not my favorite Batman movie. But I can see why some people might adore it, but I don't adore it. Like, if I was to rate the Batman film from 1 to 10, I would give it a 7. And the only reason why I give it a 7 is purely because of the Batmobile scene. I don't know what it is about that scene, but that was like the best scene in the whole entire film. I like Robert Pattinson, but like, I can see why his Batman was kind of controversial to a lot of Batman fans because, you know, the whole like putting makeup on and like not wearing a Batman suit and all that shit. Like, I get it, you know, but I think Batman Begins is better than the Batman. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not even a Nolan fan. I don't know what it is about these Nolan fans. My husband's a Nolan fan. I'm like, I think Chris Nolan is okay. Like, I don't understand like why people love him so much. He's not a bad director. He certainly has his own style. He's fine. He's cool. But I'm not like a humongous Nolan fan. I don't know what it is. I find Nolan fans hilarious for some reason. But I don't even like the Dark Knight films, but I fucking love Batman Begins for some reason. I don't know what it is about Batman Begins. Maybe because I watched it when I was freaking desperate and like waiting for a superhero movie back in the early thousands. And then when I found out Batman Begins was happening, like, I fucking like pretty much lost my shit. And this was around the time some of you guys might not even know this, but this was around the time where Brad Pitt was in the radar, was in talks of playing Batman. A lot of you guys might have been in grade school or maybe still in your daddy's nutsack around this time. But yeah, there was talk that Brad Pitt was going to be the next Batman. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they didn't allow that to happen. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of glad it didn't happen. because Brad Pitt doesn't really give Bruce Wayne. For one, I like brunette Bruce Wayne. I don't like blonde Bruce Wayne. The idea of a blonde Bruce Wayne, like I feel like Bruce Wayne with dark hair fits him more because he's Batman. It's just kind of weird picturing a sandy blonde Bruce Wayne. But anyways, so yeah, this was around that time, and then it never happened. And then the guy that was supposed to play the Penguin, he died. Here, let me find the actor. Let me show you who was supposed to play the Penguin. He was a good actor. He was in that movie with what was that movie with Meryl Streep where she plays that sister, and then she's trying to like catch up that priest that's molesting that little. Well, I can't say that, huh? That's like trying to R that young kid. What's that movie where he gives him alcohol or something? Deliverance is no, it's not Deliverance. I don't know, but Meryl Streep's in it, and then that guy that plays the priest, that actor. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Finally, the Batman Part 2 is coming. Hey, Belle, without Nolan, you would never have gotten Snyder and MOS. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I don't hate Nolan. Let's get that straight. I don't. I just don't understand why people love him so much. But hey, people might not understand why I love Snyder so much. So, Belle, did you watch the clip of Superman in the office? In the office? I think I did, yeah. Where he busts down that door and then that fucking female's all fucking yelling like such a bad scream, by the way. Get a scream artist in there to fucking do the screaming. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yes, him. He was supposed to play a Penguin. Okay, so anyways, back in the early 2000s, this was a thing. Here, maybe I can find it on Google. Let's see. And I was young around this time. I didn't know jack shit about shit. Yeah, they say it's a rumor. But here's my thing about rumors. There's always a sliver of truth in rumors. But I remember hearing that back in 2004, 2003 or 4, around that time. I think I was still in high school. I was like a senior in high school when I heard that. But anyway, so hold on. Philip Seymour Hoffman is still the best Mission Impossible villain. Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him. Rest in peace. Kind of sucks that he died. Hold on, my husband's messaging me. Is my internet fucking up or something? Sorry I'm not on camera today, guys. It's one of those days. Fake muscles. This is interesting. I see. There's some rumors going on about Henry Cavill not wearing a real muscle suit. Oh, damn. I kind of want to watch this. Interesting. Yeah, I don't. But see, that's the thing. Even if there was some slight padding to Henry Cavill's suit, he was still jacked without the suit. So like, it doesn't even really matter, to be honest. I just saw this video on my what do you call it, algorithm, talking about fake muscles and stuff in cinema. I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that Henry Cavill was still fucking whoa for that. Anyway, so yeah, that's interesting though. Oh my god, did Rhea and Max go see? Did they go fucking see a movie together? What? I didn't know this. Sorry guys, I was looking at my because I get notifications and I want to see what I was getting notifications about. That's so funny. I didn't know they went to go see. Oh my god. That's so funny. Anyways, but yeah, guys. Like I said, I feel like what I really wanted to fucking say is I just feel like this whole war between this silent war between Snyder fans and other, because who's it gonna be next, because we don't know what the fuck's gonna go on. We don't know what's gonna happen after this. You know what I mean? Like, I know I said that I feel like if the movie doesn't do that great, like I feel like they're still gonna let him continue. But let's say if they don't, let's say they try, okay, well, this didn't work, let's try this guy. Let's say they bring somebody else. Then again, it's gonna be the same shit over. This ball is gonna forever keep rolling, guys. I don't, and you know what's funny is that and I said this before, and this was almost 5 years ago. These actors and actresses that are in the Snyderverse, they are middle age. They are above 40. I think Gal Gadot just turned 40 recently, or I think she's gonna turn 40. She's pretty much 40 already. She still looks good. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying she's fucking old. No, but she's far from looking like that. But yeah. And Cyborg, I mean, he's black, so it doesn't really matter. He'll probably look like he's 25 up until he turns fucking 50. Like that black guy from Gen V, the guy that plays the dad of the, what's his name? That actor? He was in Cruel Intentions. I forgot the actor's name. He still looks the same. I'm like, what the fuck? Why does this guy still look like how he looked in 1999? I forgot his name, but he plays the dad of one of the characters in Gen V. Anyways, but Ray Fisher, I think he's in his 30s now. I think he's about 33 or 34. Let me check. Or he might be my age. I don't know. I haven't checked on these people's ages for a minute. Ray Fisher's age. Yeah, he's close to my age. So he's already pushing, he's not far from 40, but he doesn't really count because he's black. Black people age differently. Ezra Miller fucking is already, he's the youngest. He's 32. Damn, he's young as fuck, dude. Dude, freaking, he was in his early 20s when he was in BVS. Can you believe that? Ezra Miller was in his early fucking 20s when he did that cameo on PBS. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know his name. Yeah, he fucking still. I was like, When I saw that, because we watched it a couple months ago when it came out, or was it last year? I don't know. But when we saw it, I was like, my husband, he was right next to me. I was like, what the fuck? This guy still looks the same. What's his name? Hold on, let me check. He's ridiculous. I was like, I was like, why is he playing this guy's dad? But yeah, back to my point. So Ben Affleck's already in his 50s. Henry Cavill, he's past, I think he's still in his early 40s. He's a couple years older than me. I think he might be my husband's age, around 42. Ben Affleck's already up there, but Ben Affleck's another guy I think that looks better older. He looks great. Uh, who's the other cats? Okay, pretty much those. Oh, guys, I don't like Jason Momoa anymore. I don't know what it is. I feel like uh ever since ever since Aquaman 2, ever since Aquaman Part 2, Jason Momoa fell off. Like he's kind of like a joke to me now. Like I don't like, especially those stupid commercials he does. I just don't really care for Momoa anymore. But if he got recasted as Aquaman, I wouldn't give a shit. I'll be honest with you guys. Like he's recastable. I know some of you guys might not agree with me on that, but if the Snyderverse was to get restored, he could easily get replaced, and I wouldn't care. I would be like, fine, as long as Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman don't get those are there's no negotiation on those three. I'll tell you that those three cannot be touched. Those three must stay in their place. It's non-negotiable. You can't recast those three. No. Hard no. But the other ones, it's kind of 50-50, especially with Momoa. He's always playing himself like The Rock. He doesn't have any range. Batista, out of all the wrestlers, speaking of The Rock, out of all the wrestlers in Hollywood, I think Batista is the one that has the widest range out of Cena and Dwayne Johnson. But yeah, hold on, let me pull something up real quick. I wish I never deleted my Barrow. Okay, I guess I can dream about that another time. I wanted to pull up the storyboards for the original story that Zack Snyder was going to do in his films. People want Batista to play Dr. Hugo Strange. That's not bad, actually. But I mean, Rhea brought up a good fan cast a while back because we were talking about the Zelda movie a little bit in one of somebody's comment section on a stream live on a live stream. But she said Batista should play Ganondorf, and I actually think that was actually a good a good fan cast. Because that's what I'm worried about in a Zelda movie. Guys, I'm like, see, I am so stuck on this whole like fucking take itself serious and, you know, badass seriousness when it comes to like fantasy films and stuff, and including superhero films. So like, I'm just worried about Zelda. I just don't want them to turn it into a slapstick grab ass film. because there's nothing funny about fucking Link, you know, and there's nothing funny about Ganondorf. And I'm just saying that as a fucking game player. I'm not even fucking like hella deep into the lore. But especially fighting, I fight Phantom Ganondorf every time I come across those stupid ass Gloom hands. And I'll tell you this, there's nothing funny about Phantom Ganondorf, guys. And only the ones that know what I'm talking about would understand this. But yeah, I just feel like the Zelda film needs to be on a like almost like borderline Lord of the Rings. Let's put it that way. And I'm not even a Lord of the Rings fan. Anyways, but speaking of Ganondorf, I've been debating if I'm gonna go underneath the castle in Tears of the Kingdom. Because like I said, I already beat all the temples. I still have the regular Switch too. I'm waiting to come up on some extra money so I can get the new Switch. But the thing with the new Switch is I heard that you can't even switch these pun not intended. You can't even switch these games or transfer over to the new Switch. Like what the fuck? Like I've spent hella money on these games. I should be able to fucking transfer them. Fucking bullshit. Anyways, anyone still there? I know it gets kind of boring after a while listening fucking talk. My laptop's about to die, so I'm gonna end it soon. But yeah, anyways, guys, damn it, come on, Link, get your ass up there. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see when this fucking movie comes up. Like my prediction is it's between 550 to 650. That's my prediction on how much this movie's gonna make. If it makes more, I'm gonna be super fucking surprised. And if it makes less, I'm not gonna be that surprised. As far as like the promotions and all that stuff and the marketing, they need to slow their roll with some of these clip releases and stuff. I think that's how they fuck up a lot of fucking movies too, man. By releasing way too much before the movie actually comes out. That Link was freaking me out. What Link? Yeah, like who the fuck are they gonna cast as Link? That's what I wonder. Hold on real quick. Let me grab something. I'm like, who the fuck could play Link? As far as casting the transgender girl as Link. Hot take, she can play Link too. That transgender girl from Euphoria. I really think she could do both. She could do Zelda or Link, to be honest with you. But as far as casting Link, who the hell is gonna play him? Like I feel like Link is like a. To be honest with you guys, the only person I could really see as Link is fucking Timothy Chalamet because I feel like he looks like a fucking fairy. He has like that elf fairy essence going on with him. So like I feel like he would be Link. But as far as that goes, like I can't see anyone else. My fan cast for Zelda is the girl from Furiosa. What's her name? And Anya Taylor Joy. She should be Zelda. That's easy. That's an easy cast. But the other ones are going to be a little tricky. It's better not to be Tom Holland or Timothy. What's his name? What's his name? What do you mean? Well, I mean, who else could be Link, though? Piece of shit. Fucking motherfucker, dude. Oh man, my fucking boat. And that's another thing too. These weapons be fucking going out way too quick, dude. That's the only thing I don't like about these games is that these weapons break quick as fuck. Like I should be able to hold on to a weapon forever. Lord, what's up? What's up? Nice to see you here. Anyways, you should go back and Majora's Mask. It's my personal favorite Zelda game. Yeah, I saw it on the on the fucking what do you call it? The Nintendo online stuff. But see, this is my issue with those games. Because I used to play Ocarina of Time back in the day. Like I've always been a Nintendo person, but I've never really been deep into like the gaming stuff. But when it was there, like I would fuck with it or whatever. Especially growing up, when my cousins would get a console, or my stepdad. I remember my stepdad. He bought us a Nintendo 64, and I played all those games. You guys remember 007 for Nintendo 64? Oh my god, dude. That was like my favorite sleepover game with my cousins. But anyway, so I tried to play Ocarina of Time the other day. well, actually more like 2 weeks ago, and it's fine, but because I'm so used to playing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I just feel kind of held back that I can't do the things I can do in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I can't play like that in those games, so I think that's why like I'm not really like into them. Because I feel like in these games you can do so much more. Like you can really like kick someone's ass in these games. I don't know. That's just my personal take on it. I still like them. Like I still. It depends on my mood if I want to like fuck with it or not. But you know what I mean? Like I feel like you can do so much more in these games. Oh my gosh, I should really eat something. Oh no, what a waste. I love 007. I never had the 64, but my cousin did. Those days you would want to spend the night on anyone's house just to play it. Yeah, man. Tell me that wasn't the ultimate sleepover, cousin sleepover fucking game, dude. I remember we used to get stuck on that shit. We used to play that shit all the way to like 4 a.m. sometimes, man. That shit was wild. But see, that's the beauty of being a kid. Like you have all your fucking when you're a kid, you have all your endorphins and all your like chemical balance is all fucking all nice and fresh, and you're not as jaded as you get when you start getting older. So like anything is so exciting back then. Plus, growing up in that era too, I feel like now, like kids that are growing up now, I feel like they're gonna get jaded even at a younger age because all this shit is like so like it's so like advanced and so like it's nothing like there's nothing really they can compare it to, you know what I mean? Like it's all like, do you get what I'm trying to say? I feel like back then when something that was so like revolutionary or whatever you want to call it, you're like, oh man, this is so fucking cool because we didn't have shit else to compare it to, you know what I mean? Like when I was a kid playing outside, playing tag with my cousins at 9 o'clock in the night was like the thing to do, right? Taking walks to the store was like the thing to do. Walking to the park was a thing to do. Getting a couple of fucking dollars, getting $3 from my aunt or my uncle or whatever, and going to the store to go buy or steal candy was like the thing to do. And now it's like you have kids staying in on their fucking iPads or on Netflix with endless amounts of fucking TV shows, cartoons to choose from. Back then we didn't have that shit. We had what? Well, I might have grew up a little bit different than you guys, but I grew up, we didn't really have a lot growing up. So like all I had was what, like 8 measly channels to choose from. So I watched a lot of PBS, a lot of Arthur, because that's all there was to watch. Guys, I used to fucking watch Star Trek when I was a kid. Can you believe that? Star Trek. Who the fuck watches Star Trek at fucking 9 years old? You know what I mean? Like that was the fucking thing to do back then. And now it's like these kids, and I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I mean, shit, my kids deserve everything that they have. But I'm saying like they have so much now. So it's like they can't, there's really no room to feel bored is what I'm saying. Back then, when we were bored, like we were fucking bored. Like I saw a fucking meme of this kid blowing into a fan. And that's shit I used to do when I was a kid. Like the meme was comparing what kids have like on their iPads versus me when I was a kid blowing blowing into a fan. You know, when you're a kid and then you like yell into a fan and it'll make that fucking weird noise. You guys remember that? Oh my God. That was our fucking entertainment back then. Playing with a fucking ball, a stupid ball was our entertainment back then. You know, back in the 90s, early thousands. That's all we fucking had. And then MySpace happened and then fucking, you know, that's when, you know, shit started, social media started being a thing. Driving right now, mobbing it through my old boy, you sounding old right now. Are you going to tell us to get off your lawn next? Shut up, Mike. You're older than me. No, I'm just saying that it's just funny how now like you have so much options compared to back then. So it's like now I feel like kids are gonna get jaded way fucking faster than we ever did. Because back then, like I feel like we had whenever we got something that was like cool, we're just so like grateful for it. And so like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever. You give a fucking iPad as a gift to fucking your nephew or whatever, they're just gonna be like, oh, thanks, you know, this is cool, wow, another iPad, you know, like it's not that exciting anymore. That's what I'm saying. I was talking to a customer about this. I said back in the day we'd pick up a stick and that'd be a sword, a gun, anything. Now they can 3D print it. There's no imagination anymore. Yeah, that's what I was telling my husband. Like, you see this shit now, like, this is why I like to watch like old sitcoms, because old sitcoms really shine a light into this stuff. What do you call it? So, you know, when you're like on a bus, so being in a bus back in the day, right? Back when it was 25 cents. Back when you used to get on the bus and you put a quarter in their little fucking machine. You remember that? You would be not forced, but it would be so fucking easy to talk to people, right? Like you sit down on the bus and then you're just like chilling, looking outside the bus, and then the person next to you is like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, nice day today. Oh, yeah. Well, where are you from? Oh, yeah, I'm from there. My cousin's from there. Oh, you know my cousin, blah, blah, blah. You guys know how it goes. You know, you'd get shit like that. Now, and I should do this as a social experiment just to see if I'm right, even though I know I'm right. But I should do a social experiment just to prove my point. Now, if you get on a fucking bus, you get on a bus now, you sit down, you ain't gonna ever get a conversation like that. Hell fucking no. Unless they're trying to like talk to you and trying to see if you're single, then yeah, maybe you'll get a fucking conversation like that. But most of the time, what are people doing? And this is people of all classes, poor, rich, whatever the fuck, you know, where our fucking heads are down in our fucking phone. You know, it's sad. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Like, I don't know. But yeah, you have a point, Mike and Azteca. But yeah, back then, like, conversation was fucking easy. It might even be different now in the military. I remember when I first joined the fucking army, it was so easy to socialize. So fucking easy. Like, especially in the military, because in the military, it's kind of like it's almost like a family setting. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. You would have to be in the army to understand. But like when I was moving from when I was in R&R, for instance, I was on R&R and I was going back to the States from where I was at in Afghanistan. And we were in between. When you would travel back into the States, you would have to go to like one or two places before you even get to where you're trying to go into the States. So I remember I went from Serleno, which is like the coast part of Afghanistan, into Bagram, which is an airfield in Afghanistan, and then to Kuwait. So when I was moving in between Kuwait and between Bagram and Kuwait, I met this guy and this girl on the bus. I met this guy and a girl on the bus. and we just started hitting it up. We were just talking, like it was cool. And then we went to the DFAC together. We went to the gym together, and I never seen him again. But it was so like, it was just so easy making friends with him, Now it's just like, I just feel like social anxiety is just like more common now than it ever was. Like now you won't catch me fucking talking to anybody. Unless they talk to me first. Like I literally mind my own fucking business when I go out. Like, and if anyone does try to talk to me, like I try to like walk fast or like pretend I don't hear them. I mean, most of the time it's them for asking for fucking money or asking for, if for something else. But still, you know what I mean? Like you would never have that again. That's the stuff I fucking miss about, pre-internet, And this was during the baby days of the not MySpace. What's that other shit called? Facebook. This was the baby era of Facebook. Facebook was barely becoming a thing, and stuff was still like that. I'm going hiking tomorrow morning. I need to fucking go on a hike. I need to convince my husband for us to go on a hike. I'm glad and I appreciate that I was born in 86, got to experience the whole going outside and socialize, play, ride RTA bus to get to local mall amusement park as a kid. Dude, same here, man. Same here, Azteca. Like, and this is why I said millennials are a very special generation. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You guys can say Gen X is special, Boomer special, fucking Gen Z special. Maybe. I don't think so, though. When it comes to all the generations, I really do feel like millennials are... I mean, come on. We're fucking called millennials. No other generation has their own name like that. Every other generation has a letter in their fucking name. I mean, technically, you can call us Gen Y, but no one calls us Gen Y. We get called millennials for a reason. And it's awesome because we grew up pre-internet. Like, we know how it is not to have the internet. We know how it is not to be sitting here streaming and talking. We know how it is. And it's kind of, our kids will never experience that. They'll never know how it is. I'm in the middle because I was born in 91, so I get the best of both worlds. I think you are called... I think you're still a millennial. You're just not like me and Azteca. You're not like a fucking, what they call us, elder millennials. That's such a stupid name. But that's another thing they do with generations. They try to put you in this box, like, oh, you got the elder millennials, and then you got the zillennials, which I'm against. I don't think there's no such thing as a fucking zillennial. You're either a millennial or not. But yeah, you're still a millennial, C4C. I think a couple of you guys might be Gen X. I think Mike might be Gen X. I could be wrong. I feel like he's young Gen X. But Rel, I'm pretty sure Rel is a fucking millennial too. Zod is a millennial for sure. Oh, we got a Gen Z right here. Josh is fucking Gen Z. But riding my BMX bikes and hitting the hills to jump, then skateboarding, got big in 98 and bought my first skateboard. You sound like my husband. He was into you remember that, Azteca? You remember the skater era? Oh my God. Let me tell you guys something. Back in that day too, back in the skater era, it was so funny, especially growing up in California, because I feel like California is very diverse. Sure, you might get some areas where there's more than something. Like where I'm from, like it's like the majority is Hispanic, specifically Mexicans, Chicanos specifically. So growing up in that era, it was so funny because like you would get all these people hanging out with each other. Like you would get like cholas and cholos kicking it with skaters, and skaters kicking it with the metalheads, and vice versa. And you know what brought us together? Azteca knows Azteca knows I'm Raiden Elder God. I clicked on a vaporware video on YouTube. It was showing random footage from malls. It made me sad that they don't exist that way anymore. Yeah, everything's fucking different now, dude. And I'm not like hating on it. Like it's fine. Like yeah, X fam. I still remember the countdown and what. Remember everyone was like, "It's the end of the world. We're all gonna die." You remember that? Nothing happened. um, but I went through the cholo phase for a year before I started skating. Yeah, I was in my chola phase from like the age of 15 to like 22. Especially growing up in Fresno, dude, it was one or the other. I'll tell you that. You're either a fucking square or you're a fucking chola. There's no in between. So what's I gonna say? I'm not hating on this. Like I like this. Like I like that we have the internet now and then we can do this. We could find like-minded people online. Like it's super cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But what it's like a double-edged sword though, you know. You have this good, you know, like stuff like you guys come in here and we start like talking about memories and relating and you know all that stuff. But then you got the stupid shit, you know. You got the trolls, you got the people behind avatars talking shit, tearing you down, attacking your looks, blah, 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 all this bad stuff, right? So it's kind of like back in the day, you couldn't do that. You couldn't hide behind an avatar and talk your shit. You either risk getting punched in the fucking face, you know what I mean? You risk it. It's like, okay, for instance, like you think someone's gonna come up to you and call you a Snyder cultist? You think that shit's gonna fucking happen? And like, fuck no, dude. You think someone's gonna come up to you and be like, gun fucking sucks? Fuck no, dude. Like, it's just so stupid now. It's kind of sad in a way. It really is. It's kind of sad. X Games was at its peak. We had Tony Hawk's pro skaters. All my friends were inline skating and skateboarding. Good times. Yeah, that was a really big deal in the late 90s and early thousands. I remember that. And when I moved into my foster home in like the good part of Fresno, well, not really the good part of Fresno, more like the outskirts of Fresno. Um, so like there it was a neighborhood full of like a skater white boys. And I remember we had this dude. His name was Tim. He was cool as fuck. His parents were from Britain, so like his mom was like she had like a British accent and shit. But he used to always like pick us up in his Forerunner, and it was nothing like that. He never like tried to like do anything with us. Like it was just pure hanging out. Like it was what they call it platonic. Um, it was just pure hanging out, and like it was just so funny because he was like this skater ass white boy with pink hair and them tight ass fucking O'Neill. Well, they're not tight, but those O'Neill shorts. You remember those O'Neill khaki shorts and the fucking those goofy ass flannels that some of the skaters would fucking wear. He fucking was funny, dude, but he was our best friend. I'll never forget that. Shit was settled after school with Fizz somewhere along the way. It's because guns instead. I grew up when sometimes we had to throw down. Yeah, I as much as some of us try to, you know, not do that, it still happened either way, especially growing up in the system. Come across all kinds of like just crazy motherfuckers, dude. But yeah, man, those days are long gone. Like things have changed, you know. This younger generation, you know, it's just different. It's like it's almost like there's no real struggle. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we know the struggle more than anything because a lot of us, you know, didn't grow up in you know in a what do you call it a a good home, or a home where parents were fucking actually working and making their money and doing all that stuff, you know. Unfortunately, I grew up in the welfare era. You know, my mom was like getting welfare and stuff, and my dad was in the picture. So, you know, it was really hard. We were poor. I grew up in the food stamp era, guys. You guys remember that? Remember that? I'm talking about the actual food stamps. I'm not talking about that card. I'm not talking about the EBT card. I'm talking about that paper fucking food stamps with the bell on it. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Sorry, that should have became guns instead. I was distracted by Jade Cargill on WWE. That used to be different too. The wrestling. I remember when I used to watch wrestling in the early 2000s. I was such a simp for Trish Stratus and Stacy Keibler, fucking Lita. You guys remember those bombshells from back in the day? Oh man, good times. But yeah, things have changed. It kind of sucks because I feel like the kids today won't know what a real struggle is. I mean, even for us now, I feel like the true struggle for us is for, you know, people like us that grew up around the same time. We are like kind of forced to conform to all this, and we're kind of like, oh, you know, having to really make better decisions with our money. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I remember when I was like 17, I'd be like, I can't wait till I turn 18. I can't wait till I get the fuck out of here. I'm going to go move in with my man. I'm going to fucking get my car. I'm going to, you know, back then I had a different mindset. You know, I'm not going to say the stuff that I wanted to be, but let's just say it's not great. I would have like, you know, I couldn't wait to be an adult. Now I'm like, this fucking sucks. They're fighting tomorrow at K4C. I miss those WWE Diva days. Yeah, man, those days were awesome. I remember I used to like always like want to be like those wrestlers too. Especially what was that fucking? It wasn't one of the blondes. It was a different wrestler. I forgot her name. It wasn't Lita either. I forgot. It's overrated. What's overrated? Today? Yeah, today is overrated. Harassing all the divas. Vince McMahon, you guys heard about that shady shit that just came out? Oh my God, dude. I don't even know what to believe. But hey, I'll tell you this. Like, you know, people do crazy shit for money. Let's just put it that way. Okay, thanks. Yeah. But if you're talking about today, yeah, it really is overrated. Even to live a simple, basic life, I feel like we have to do a lot just for, you know, a simple, basic fucking life. Back then, you didn't really need that, and I'm talking about back then. I'm talking about our grandparents, when our grandparents were in their prime days. They didn't have to do much. Grandma got to stay home. Grandpa got to go to work, and then that was it. Food was on the table. You know, the basics were met. It was easier. Cost of living was more livable. It was more sustainable. Like they were able to do it with just one person going to work. Fuck no, not nowadays. You both have to have income. I don't care what anyone says. And this is why I'm not against 50-50 relationships, because I feel like 50-50 like is a must in today's society. Unless one of you, usually the man, is above average in terms of how much money they make. That's the only way. And I'm talking, you got to make, the man has to make at least 90,000 to be able to take care of both of you, depending on where the fuck you live at. If you live in the backwoods of Tennessee, kind of like my plan, then yeah, maybe you can do 60,000 and be able to cover both of you. But yeah, it's just so much harder now. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. It is. And you can blame I mean, I don't want to turn this into a political stream, but you guys know who you can fucking blame for that. Yeah, it makes sense that Vince had Trump involved in matches back then. Consider what we now know about Vince. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's not surprising either, to be honest with you. I mean, anything that's attached to Hollywood, like I'm not even surprised about it. And I do consider WWE to be Hollywood. While I don't mind the bra and panty matches, the wrestling in gravy or pudding got it too much. No, not China. It was someone else, but I love China. China was awesome. She was a big deal back then too. As much as I want to do that, like there is a part of me that is kind of like just wants to give up, drop this fucking damn lease that I'm in right now, and take my dog and my husband into the back of the fucking woods over there in Rainier or whatever the fuck, and just live out there. And lose the phone, lose all the bills. There's like a part of me that wants to do that, but will I survive? Most likely not. And see, that's the thing. If I was to do that, I will start aging fast, because that means I would have to let go of my beauty, my beauty routines, my high maintenance routines, the shit I do to myself to fucking try to remain, you know, a certain way for my husband. I would have to let that go, unfortunately, because that's a part of being a part of, you know, this shit. I wouldn't be able to do any of that. So it kind of sucks either way, you know? It's like what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of buying an RV. Yeah, for reals, man. I would not mind living in an RV, but let me tell you something. All the RVs around here are fucking these damn tweakers fucking live in RVs. So I wouldn't want to get mistaken for that. I would literally go live on an RV, like an RV camp or something else to do that. Getting back into going on hiking, being in touch with nature is good for you. Yeah, I mean that's where the term touch grass comes from, right? I keep thinking about how the world will change once the zombie apocalypse happens. Yeah, yeah, you know, or when the dead rises again. Oh man, don't even get me started on that. But what do you call it? This is why I tell you guys to do cardio. It's important, just in case that shit happens. You might want to be able to run 2 miles without stopping. You know. Hold on, I'm gonna grab cherries. That's so fucking funny though. And you know what? It makes sense why, because where I live here in Washington, guys, and Washington is really bad with the homeless. It's really bad. I'm pretty sure it's bad with homeless where you guys are too. I know they're everywhere, but like, I mean, most homeless people are on drugs. Let's be honest. They're either on drugs or they're alcoholics, one or the other. But you know, in a way, it's like they're kind of the only thing they really had to worry about, assuming they're not drug addicts or alcoholics, is where they're going to sleep at that night, right? Or what they're going to eat. And it's like, it kind of makes sense why there's so many homeless people now, because shit is just too fucking expensive. Like the ones from World War Z. They do. They do, Braxton. And I'm from fucking Fresno, California. I thought that was the tweaker capital of the world. Nope. I mean, it is kind of, but came up here, it's just as bad. There's no difference. I live in East Side in I don't want to say the exact city I live in, but I live in the east side of the city. And usually the east side of any city is not, too great, depending on what city. But most east sides of cities are not that great. But that's all there is over here. Everywhere I go, I could walk out right now on the back of my porch, and I guarantee I will see at least one. It's like an apocalypse. It's a tweaker apocalypse. And I'm in Georgia. I used to live in Georgia, and you know what? I envy you. I miss Georgia. I miss the cicadas. They used to help me sleep, man. The cicada bugs. I miss the heat, and I miss the cost of living. I was there in 2015. Our mortgage was $700 in 2015. Did you hear what I said? I said $700. $700 in 2015. 700. Guys, you hear me? 700 for mortgage. Fucking bullshit. Just doubled since then. Tripled for some of us. Anyways, it was nice going down memory lane a little bit. But speaking of zombie apocalypse, rent prices are way too ridiculous. Yeah, it is. I just don't understand. Like, it's like, okay, because like you'd be like, I don't know if you guys are like know what I mean by this, but like I don't have a house yet. Eventually, I do want to get a house. I want to get my house in Tennessee. That's the goal. I want to use a VA loan and get me and my husband, we want to get us a nice house eventually so we can get old in and die in, all that good stuff, right? But it's fucking just as bad as rent, Before it used to be like, oh, well, I'll just rent now, in the meantime, and then eventually I'll get a house, But now it's like, I might as well fucking get a house. Might as well. Because rent and mortgage is about the same now. In 2011, when I was living in Clarksville, Tennessee, my rent for a 2-bedroom townhouse, guys, it was fucking under 700. I looked into the cost of living there now. It's not terrible, but it's doubled since I left. So a 2-bedroom, well, actually, no, not doubled. I think for a 2-bedroom, a decent 2-bedroom house, and when I mean by decent, I mean above average, would be around 1,200. Pretty much what I pay for this stupid fucking 1-bedroom house over here. I mean, 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah, it's wild. And this is why some people are forced into having roommates or being in 50-50 relationships because of this shit. Anyway, speaking of zombie apocalypses and shit like that, I gotta get my ass going. I gotta go for a run. But it was a nice talk, guys. Like, this was awesome. If you guys are looking forward to the Superman movie, good for you guys. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. But till then, I'll probably stream again, maybe next week. But yeah, thank you guys for being here, and you already know.